Hello, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Robert versus the New York Times Crossword. First, a little PSA, tomorrow I will not be posting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time when the puzzle comes out, because I will be at an undisclosed location. So I'll post later on in the evening when I get back home and have a chance to do the puzzles. But before we get into today's puzzles, let's take a peek at yesterday's leaderboard, where first place was actually Chris in 13 seconds. Shout out to Chris, always very fast on the mini. Then I hung on for second. We had Bill Boris in third place. I feel like Bill Boris is always coming for me. Then we had the Glorp, PB Geckner, Amy, Kefas Venta, Cape God, Joe Obi, Intaro Tuna, and Herman Chow, 30 seconds or under. Shout out to Herman Chow. Gave him some call-outs yesterday for not doing the mini recently. Nice to see you back on the leaderboard. Big tie, Chenny Oriana stickers. We had Lil Sun, Joy, Aerotangos, Emarina, Panda Gucci, Lydian, J, ERL, M Heath 17, Credit, Panda Doggy, and Phil, all under 1 minute. Very fast times across the board today. We had Nomad, Sia Sophia, Ball Don't Lie, Philly Fom, and ABC 104. Shout out to ABC 104. I think this might be a PB. Very fast. Anyway, PSA and leaderboard out of the way. It's now 10 o'clock in New York City, which means we should have some Saturday puzzles. Always difficult. So here's a spoiler alert for the Saturday mini. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here and click on the link in the description below. The mini is always free to play, and on Saturdays, it's 7x7 instead of 5x5. Alright, we look centered, so without further ado, let's get into it. Ball. Mineral. Anti. Up. Lines. Montana. MSN. Ant. Snout. Lulled. Sleep On. Nerd Out. Daunt. And Weapons. Alright. Nice little mini today. Nice symmetric grid. Gaping Maw. Yeah, and Mineral here. Nothing too crazy today. A lot of kind of standard stuff. I like Nerd Out. It's a nice phrase, even on the mini. LPs, yeah, long plays versus extended plays. I always like it when you have synonymous things that are different sizes. Like extended versus long both mean long, right? It's like the sizes at Starbucks. They're all words for big, essentially. Tall and grande, anyway. Lulled, that's pretty modern. Shout out to Momo and Calpico and Goomba and Nate and Ravi and all my other dog viewers. Nice fact about ants too. Anyway, 26 seconds is pretty quick for a Saturday for me, anyway. But now for the main event, that's the Saturday Daily Grid. That is by Ryan McCarty today. Here's a spoiler alert. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here and click on the link in the description below. The Daily Grid does require a New York Times Games subscription. Alright, we look centered, so without further ado, let's get into it. Like faces around a campfire at night, maybe AGLOW, in-depth subject for a war historian, tip with ink, gel nib or something, milk producing, LACT something, frequent setting on Chicago Med, and historic London venue. Okay, spot for an umbrella. Not sure. One whose business is home-based, question mark, blank triple play, baseball feet rarer than a perfect game, chaps. Okay, cello quartet. Cello quartet. Part of a diplomatic address, maybe. Comedian Mark. Peak overlooking Armenia's capital, which is Yerevan, I think, but I don't think it's the name of the peak. Backgammon accessory. 2019 sci-fi film starring Brad Pitt is Ad Astra, I think. Came across. Saw? Maybe. Pickup line. Perfectly timed. On cue. So not that. Fluffy four-footed friend. Something cat, maybe. Or not. Not sure. Fire blank. Smart remarks question mark. Okay. Popular camp assemblies. S'mores. Lovely, Phil. Aid in preventing a soup stain, maybe. Spoon rest? No, too long. Passes. They're worn on the roads. Maybe this is enacts, like a law. Hit high in the air. Ooh. You want it to be lob, but the TL seems wrong. Seljuk Empire citizen. Turk. So sky here. Word with base or combat. Is this Ararat, I guess? Something cup. Dice cup? Base pay and combat pay. I see. That's hard. Cozy chairs for pairs. Love seats. Deep fried British treat wrapped with sausage. That's a Scotch egg. Shout out to Oriana and Rice Hornet who has a Scotch egg on Easter. Side dish in Cajun cuisine. Vaccine target. Maybe arm. Focus of middle management. Skink or gecko. Lizard. Reptile. Places where things are all tied up. This could be arm. Acute bronchitis familiarly. Sore throat. Nope. Bill. Motif in much Christian art. Squirt, 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 squirt. Screwballs. World War I headgear. Yikes. It's just okay, so meh here. Break. Time something? Pickup line. Fluffy four-footed friend. Maybe this isn't sat. Met, maybe. That's probably better. It is cat. This is Madam. Mark Maron. He has a podcast, I think. ANGORACAT, maybe? Pickup line. NEEDARIDE. That seems possible. Chaps men. Cello quartet. It's not legs. Cellos don't have legs. One whose business is home-based. Okay, well, let's just keep going. With 60 across East Asian-style cuisine. 2 3-letter words, huh? Print source. Go off with a hitch. Probably elope. Former home of the San Antonio Spurs. The Alamo Dome, I think. Ha, fell right into my trap. Gotcha? I don't know Hoover's first lady. Online companion animal. Or got him, maybe? Inhibits. Stems? Like he stemmed the flow of something. Hot pot, maybe. Neuter. 44 down once, so... Fad. Neopet. Is this going to be Neopet? I love that. I always wonder what my Neopets are doing. Sudden blasts. Is it gusts? Lou Hoover? Throwback from Jack say. Do shots. Screwballs. Nutcases? Is that a thing? Break. Not sure. Essayist. Is it? It's not Zola, I don't think. Irma? See if you do. Oh yeah, hot pot. Classic moonrock roof alternative is T-top. That's very crosswordy. Print source. Neuter. And online qualifier. IMO for in my opinion. Old-timey hearing aid. Ear trumpet. That's kind of nice too. Print source. Okay. In-depth subject for a war historian. It's not A-bomb, is it? Spot for an umbrella. Tip with ink. Milk producing. I don't know exactly what the adjective should be. Frequent sighting on Chicago Med. Is it OSU? Not sure. Yikes. What is this? One whose business is home-based. Pegs. Cellos have 4 pegs? Didn't know that. Unassisted triple play. I see. Break. Domesticate, like you break a horse. Wow. Were made many a drive ends, unfortunately. Is this gonna be a golf thing? Not sure. Hunk. Pursues for food, say. Praise on? This is gonna be adoration. There we go. Acute bronchitis, chest cold. So what is this? Ilia? Elia? Dirty rice, nice. Where many drive ends. Something hazard. Water hazard. It was golf. They're worn on the road. Something tires. Is this the Old Vic? Is that right? So not AGLOW. Something lit. ICU. Beach umbrella. Tip with ink. Pen nib. UPLIT. That could be a U-boat for in-depth. Okay, there we go. Fire ant. Aid in printing a soup stain. TIECLASP, I guess. Hunk could be clawed. Bald tires worn on the road. Shout out to Amy, who just got new tires instead of getting a new car. Very proud of her. Checkers cry. King me, king me. Chinese zodiac sign 2021. What is this the year of? Is it the ox or something? I think it could be the ox. Maybe. Fingertip. I see print. Tin hat. Spritz. Marinas. D-sex. I see. Beak here and abs. Nice. 8-minute Saturday. It's pretty fast. Some interesting stuff in this puzzle. I feel like it went pretty smoothly, even though had some missteps. To me, this played maybe a bit. I feel like yesterday was pretty straightforward in the cluing. It did take me longer, but sometimes you just get lucky or unlucky. UPLIT is an interesting word. I do like this clue for U-boat, in-depth subject, because of course the U-boats were submarines in the depths. This was kind of hard, especially since I didn't know that cellos have 4 pegs. I thought a cello has 1 peg. What is it? Maybe I'm not thinking. Oh, pegs. So these. Oh man, I was thinking of the. What's the thing at the bottom? Cellos do have 4 pegs, so they have 4 strings. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Madame, beach, NEEDARIDE. Nice clue for NEEDARIDE pickup line. ANGORACAT. Shout out to my cat friends. Shout out to Darcy and Napo and Ipo. Haven't seen Napo in a week now. It's been too long, buddy. Smart remarks. We have something smart that hurts, right? I like s'mores. TIECLASP. So, is a TIECLASP something different than a tie clip? Because I feel like I haven't heard the phrase TIECLASP before. All I'm doing is getting hits for tie clip, which is kind of weird. Search only for TIECLASP. Yeah, let's do that. And I still get tie clips. But I guess the idea is if you're leaning over your soup from above, your tie won't fall into the soup. I don't know. TIECLASP is a bit weird to me. It acts as passes like a law. Yeah, again, shout out to Amy. Seljuk Empire. Yeah, all this, base pay or combat pay is pretty rough. Because combat pay is like an army thing, or a military thing, rather. And I feel like you don't hear that phrase very often. So that's kind of a hard thing, even as it's just a short film. Yeah, acute bronchitis. Bill isn't like a bird's bill. Interesting clue for spritz. 4 squirts, that's interesting. Hot pot. I wonder when hot pot is really gonna. I wonder if hot pot places are suffering because of the current situation. Hard clue for fingertip, I think. Elope is a thing that gets clued in all kinds of different ways. Let's look at some other previous clues for elope that appeared in various crossword puzzles. Take the honey and run. None of these are even what running mates do, question mark. Run off and form a union. So elope is a pretty common fill and just lends itself to lots of wordplay, right? Skips a ceremony, runs into a hitch, splits to unite. That's pretty cute as well. Yeah, so there's lots of like kind of clever ways to indicate elope in a crossword puzzle. Go off with a hitch is not super tricky. Lucky I remembered Alamo Dome from back in the day from playing NBA 2K, like 2K, the original 2K, like the one in the year 2000. I mean, I kind of like got him. And let's see, pen nib, LACTEAL. Yeah, it was so hard to think about what the adjective would be. But apparently that's it, of milk, LACTEAL. Kind of hard. The Old Vic. What is the Old Vic? Is it a, it's a theater. Yeah, it's something that I'd heard of, but it's not really my wheelhouse. It's the Royal Victoria Theatre called the Old Vic. Lucky I got that one. It's having a the at the start and the ox here is like not so elegant, I feel like, but maybe this one is better than the ox one. Unassisted triple play. Yeah, all I know about Mark Marone is he has a podcast because it gets clued in puzzles from time to time. This movie, I'm afraid to say, was pretty boring in my opinion. I watched on a plane. Domesticate. Clued as break is pretty hard, because it's not normally the sense of the word break. WATERHAZARD. EARTRUMPET is nice and evocative. It makes you think of like cartoons. SCOTCHEGG is nice too. Do shots. NEOPETs. Oh man, yeah. I like at some point try to log into my NEOPETs account, but I don't have the email or the password anymore. So I guess my NEOPETs are probably starving to death for them. Let me know if you played NEOPETs. I suspect that at least my friends are the correct age, but maybe people who aren't my friends who watch this channel are either too old or too young to to have gotten into NEOPETs. But that's a fun film. Overall, nice Saturday, very smooth. So I guess this probably counts as easy, although I do feel like I got a little lucky on some of it. Let me know what you thought of the puzzle in the comments down below. Just take a peek at some statistics here. Yeah, it's another week where I went faster on Saturday than I went on Friday, than I went on Thursday. It's a bit of an oddity, but pretty fast Saturday, I think. And before I go, take a peek at tomorrow's leaderboard, where we got, as always, stickers very early, and Marina, also quite early. Normally she's complaining to me at like 6:30 on Saturday with like, why does the puzzle come out so early on Saturday? And KFS Venta. Shout out to Marina for beating KFS Venta on this fine day. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow, not at 6 p.m., but later on in the evening, for some Sunday puzzles. See you then.